Frank R. Davis was an American serial killer who raped and murdered 3 teenage boys in Indiana between 1971 and 1983. While at a juvenile detention center, Davis was sexually abused by one of the attendants and at least one other inmate. On January 10, 1983, Davis confronted a 15-year-old boy at gunpoint, wrapped a wire around his neck, then forced him to perform oral sex. He then pistol-whipped him unconscious. The boy would recover from the attack and identify Davis. On June 16, 1983, Davis confronted 14-year-old Darren Reed at knife point after the two shared a beer. On June 18, 1983, 2 15-year-old boys, including one named Jeff Lopez, were camping when they saw Davis in the woods. Davis was smoking marijuana and shared it with the teenagers, afterwards waiting for them to go to sleep. Davis then went into their tent, woke up Lopez, and moved him into the woods at knife point. He restrained the boy with wire, performed oral sex on him, and then strangled him to death with the wire. He then returned to the other boy, tied him up with wire, and performed oral sex on him before striking him in the head with an axe and leaving. The victim survived. Davis's 2 surviving victims identified him, and he gave a full confession. Davis was charged with 2 counts of murder for killing Reed and Lopez, and 2 counts of attempted murder for the assaults on the surviving victims. He was convicted of all of the charges and sentenced to death for the 2 murders. Davis was also given 2 consecutive 50-year sentences for the 2 attempted murders. On December 8, 1993, his sentences for the murder convictions were reduced to 60 years each. All of the sentences ran consecutively, leaving Davis with 220 years to serve in prison. He died in prison on January 22, 2008.